Rory, first time we've spoken to you since you've come back. How have you found it so far?
Yeah, I've loved it. Loved being back. Obviously, had to bide my time a little bit at the start. Had my hamstring problem, which was a bit of a pain and a bit of a nightmare to actually start back here and end up doing that. But yeah, I'm back fully fit now and obviously played the last two. So yeah, really happy.
Talk about biding your time, and I suppose you knew that anyway with the gaffer
Yeah,
coming out quite early and saying Mason's the number one. You knew
yeah,
you were coming in for a fight in that respect.
yeah. So they actually phoned up York and phoned my agent up and said that they were interested. But the gaffer already explained before I came what the situation was going to be. He was going to give Mace a chance. Unfortunately for Mace, he's obviously got injured in the warm up at Eastleigh, but I think the gaffer says that that's why you've got to be ready at all times and you've got to do the right things, and I think that's what I've done, and I think I've shown that in the last two games.
Two games that very nearly didn't count. I know one doesn't, but one does. It couldn't have been a weirder start to your third spell, but second spell playing games for.
Yeah, very very strange. Something I've never been involved in an abandonment. So to have two in the space of a week is definitely something that's strange. But as I said to media beforehand, it's the Eastleigh one was, I think, right to be abandoned, and I'm just glad that the lad's okay and that JB's okay and they're both recovering. And then obviously the Wealdstone one was just bonkers. I've never seen anything like it before. But yeah, it's just nice to get the 3 points now and the 0-0 win.
Yeah, 0-0 gets you a clean sheet as well. I suppose that's your positive. But how do you reflect on the league's overall decision for that game?
I'm not sure on it. Obviously, I want the clean sheet, and it's nice to have the clean sheet. But I think if you spoke to the gaffer and you spoke to the lads, and like the overall feeling around it is that the goal difference should have been the same as what it is, because it could be vitally important come the end of the season, when you're fighting for places, fighting for playoffs, relegation, etc., etc. And it's one of them where I'm not sure whether they made the right call, but it's not for me to say.
From a player's perspective on Saturday, obviously the fans probably couldn't see what was going on. I could only tell them what I was allowed to tell them. What was happening behind the scenes from your point of view?
I'm really not sure. Just obviously the lad, he got like a little nudge from Dents, I think, and ended up like banging into me, or he hit the floor. I can't really see me with my frame built like an ironing board, sort of breaking his collarbone, or he dislocated his shoulder, whatever he did. But just tried to be there for him. He was in a lot of pain. I know that. Sort of like holding his hand and making sure he was okay. But yeah, the most important thing is that we obviously got the 3 points and that the lad is okay, because sometimes there is more important things in football. But that one was a bit strange.
It was strange in that respect as well. I know a lot of people deal with situations differently, but it felt like we were more attentive to the player. You were more attentive to the player than perhaps his own teammates.
Yeah, well, I remember their gaffer sort of saying to the referee, because I was right next to the ref at the time, and he sort of said, "My lads aren't in a mental state to carry on the game," and they were doing a warm up on the halfway line, and the ref was like, "Well, they're warming up to carry on playing." So none of it really made sense to any of us. So I can't really speak for Wealdstone, but only they can tell you what was going through their mind at the time. Just very strange.
2 games technically, 1 game officially. How do you find the first 2 games back in claret and blue? Although it's a goalkeeper.
Yeah, no, they've been good. I've enjoyed it. I think the lads have been brilliant with me. Played really well. I thought Eastleigh we dominated the game and probably should have won the game. Obviously, it was late goals have been a bit of an issue for us of late. But when you score one goal and you're sort of hanging on to that 1-0 lead, it's always going to be a bit nervy. Whereas I think in the Eastleigh game, I don't think they would have had any complaints if we'd have put 3 or 4 past them that night. And then Wealdstone, I think, very good team. I think they're probably the best team that we've played so far. Monsters, like really tall, really athletic, quick. And yeah, we did really well. Obviously, went 1-0 down early doors, but did well to come back. And I don't think we looked like losing that game either. But only time will tell what.
Speaking of best team we've played, I suppose Saturday will be that kind of test. The top of the league, they're unbeaten. They're 8 games played, but we are too. So it's going to be a good battle, I guess.
Yeah. I think they'll know that they're in for a game. I think from watching our clips and watching our games, it's no fluke where we are in the table. The way that we play. yeah, obviously we respect them as a team, Forest Green, but we're going there to win the game. There's no two ways about it. We're not going there to cling on to a draw or to see the game out or anything like that. We want to go and win the game, and we believe that we can, and that's what we're going to try and implement and do.
I've asked all the players this, and surprise isn't the right word, just momentum for promotion. But obviously, last time we were in this league, it was straight out the bottom door. Have you been kind of encouraged by the start from the lads around?
Yeah, definitely, and I feel like obviously when I was here last time, it's hard. Speaking from experience, it's hard to when you're losing week in week out, regardless of the team that you play, or if you get some new bodies in, or it's hard to change that mentality from the fans, from the players, from the management staff. But when you've got that winning mentality and it breeds confidence and positivity around the place, I think it's huge, and you can see that this year the way that we're playing. And like I said, it's no fluke where we are in the league.
Must be nice for you as well, because since you've left the club, you've experienced that, and obviously probably not played as much as you'd have liked. But Wrexham promotion, York the big season last season, you've been part of that winning mentality as well. I think.
Yeah, it's nice to just be involved in positive things. I think it's important to have that positivity, and like I said, it can take you a long way. It doesn't matter how good people think we are as a team. Just having that sort of mindset and that belief around the club, I think, can take a club a long way, and I think that's what you're seeing at the minute, and long may it continue.
You obviously left before the real turmoil kicked in at the club, but how different does it feel now to when you did leave a few years ago?
Yeah, it just feels like a brand new place. I mean, it just feels fresh. Everyone's got a great mindset. The lads are brilliant. They've all been really like fantastic with me, and yeah, it's just been really refreshing to come back in. And I didn't actually know what it was going to be like coming back in, but there's not a lot of things that have changed. But apart from that sort of positivity and the mentality around the club, obviously the fans are back in the stadium. There's a lot more people here, and it creates a good buzz on match day. And yeah, it's only positive things that I can say about the club at the minute.
I know obviously you wanted to come back, otherwise you wouldn't have. But is there ever that little bit of apprehension, knowing that you're coming back to a club, know what it was like then, and thinking hopefully it's not like that still, in a way?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. To be honest, I just as soon as it came up, I just thought, yeah, it just felt. I don't know what it was because I spoke to my parents about it and spoke to my friends and stuff like that, and they were saying, oh, I don't know whether you should sort of go back, but there was just something telling me that it was the right decision to do. And yeah, I'm glad I've done it, and I'm just looking forward to playing as many games as possible.
And I guess from your point of view as a goalkeeper, you probably didn't expect to get a chance quite so soon, with the gaffer saying that Mason was going to be number one. You've just got to take it now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It is what it is. Obviously, the gaffer explained to me when I came in what the situation was. So I had to buy my time, be patient, and then unfortunately for Macy, he obviously pulled up in the warm up against Eastleigh. And that's just the gaffer said to us like everyone's got to be ready and everyone's got to be like make sure that they prepare as if they're going to play. And I feel like I did that, and I feel like I've put a good account of myself in the first two games, and just want to continue on that path really.
I know you touched on the injury earlier on, but I suppose that was your frustration for like the National League Cup game. You probably wanted to play in that one, didn't you?
Yeah, I definitely wanted to get some minutes in that. Obviously, I played a few minutes in pre-season, but yeah, that was like the first sort of game that I was looking at to play. So that was frustrating. Um, Obviously, probably frustrating for Mace as well that he had to play in it. But yeah, it is what it is. Obviously, I can't do anything about it. I just felt something in my hammy. It took a little bit of time, but thankfully it's all right now.
Roles reversed. I bet Mason's hoping and looking forward to Tuesday night to try and get back in, I guess.
Yeah, probably. I'm not sure where he's at fitness wise. I think he trained today a little bit with us. So he'll be looking to try and play on Tuesday, I'm guessing, and try and get back in the team because that's just what you do.
How's it been back with Muzzy?
Yeah, great. I love Muzzy. I think anyone that knows the club knows what Muzzy's like as a person. He's one of the best people I've ever worked with. One of the best like characters as a person. I just respect him so much, and it's just been lovely to work with him again. I didn't think that I would probably work with him again, but yeah, it's been really nice.
Just in terms of the squad as general, a lot was said last season of how good a group was, and I've asked the lads that have remained about the group, and they say it's a very, very similar vibe. Is that what you see coming into the building?
Yeah, definitely. I see a really close knit group. It's been really nice, really easy to settle in. Obviously, I've had Billy Chadwick here as well, which has helped because I was really close to him at York as well, and he's sort of like my roomie now, so that's nice for me. Um, but yeah, everyone's been brilliant with me and brilliant with Bill, and you can just tell that the group's close and they're all working towards one goal, and that's to do as well as we can.
You're ticking towards 30 now, so you're an experienced player. How much do you think you've learned since you've gone away and come back?
Yeah, I've learned a lot. It's just obviously I've not played a lot of games since I've left, which has been frustrating. But I've learned a lot about myself. Obviously, doing my degree and stuff like that, and doing like the other side of it. And I think I've just learned to not care as much. So I feel like I don't mean it in a bad way. Like I do care about obviously what I do, and I want to perform at the highest level all the time. But it's just not the be all and end all. And I think once you realise that, then you start letting the shackles off a little bit and playing freely. And I think that's important for me to do this year.
I think that's what kind of I did notice from particularly the Easter game. It just felt like you were playing with something that you didn't show when you were here last time. Would that be fair to
Yeah,
say?
no, I think that'd be fair to say. I think obviously I can't remember how old I was when I left. Was it 27 or something? Still sort of growing up. I still probably got a little bit of growing up to say. My missus would definitely say that. But I think I've just learned to deal with things better and to not let things affect me. And yeah, it's like what I said in the interview before. Like people can say what they want about me. That's fine. They're all entitled to their opinions. But at the end of the day, all I'm trying to do is my best, and I'm trying to do my best for this team. And I've not come here to have a negative season. I've come here to make a real like positive impact on this team and to be pushing around the playoffs. And who knows, who knows what can happen in the start that we've made. So we'll take it one game at a time and see what happens.
I suppose with that, with the last season that you were here ending how it did, I know you scooped all of the awards, but I suppose you want to have a positive impact in the history of this club, don't you? And
Yeah,
maybe put some wrongs right from a few years ago.
yeah, definitely. I think you're spot on probably. But like I said to you, I've not really come here to prove people wrong. If you know what I mean, I've come here to prove to myself that I can still play at this level. I mean, I think I played like 11, 12 last year in a 96-point team, and did reasonably well. So I know that I can still perform at this level, and I just wanted to prove to myself really that I've still got it.
Final one on a light-hearted. You said about the degree. Any aspirations to be sat where I'm sat in the future?
Possibly, you never know. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do with it yet. Definitely need to try and get some experience like in this sort of field. I may as well use it to for something, but I'm not too sure what it is I want to do. But I wanted to get a degree, and it was something that I was interested in. So yeah, I think after Christmas I'll definitely be looking to try and get some experience and maybe working alongside you and see what I can do.
Take over the player interviews, can't you?
Yeah, you never know.